So I want to just start by asking you, with all this hype on AI, do you think AI is being overhyped? And I'm going to start with you, Toby.
So sort of three-part answer, right? All technologists, well, the vast majority of technologists are very hype-oriented folks. They're borderline religious, right? My tech is better than your tech, and let me tell you how great Oracle is and how much Microsoft is terrible, and it's not a science, right? It is a hype-intensive, buzzy, foggy thing, and AI is part of that. It's actually even harder because AI is changing so much. I spent an hour with the head of enablement at the company that makes Chat GPT, and he said, look, 3 months ago this thing did 25 things. It now does 1,000, and not because they've changed it. People have gone, ooh, I can do this with that. So it is moving really fast. Same thing happened when the guys at Lotus invented the spreadsheet, right? They thought it was a math thing, and then it turned out doctors were using it for this, and other people were using that. So it's same sort of thing, but bigger, faster curve. Why I think it's different and important is AI has become way, way easier. Lots of really complicated chunks of AI that you used to need a PhD to go use are bits of Lego that second-year computer students can just plug into a program. So, and then why AI is different than the rest of IT is it'll change the cost structure, the service experience, the lifetime value of customers, your internal agility of a company. And if you're better at those four things than your enemy, that really, really matters. Now, that wasn't true about AI 10, 15 years ago. It's definitely true today.
So let me ask you a question. Do I just go to the store, like a drive-through, and say, look, I'll take two AIs to go, one for supply chain and one for my interns and marketing? Do you buy AI?
You spend a lot of money on it, but no, you need, it really needs to be managed properly. About 10 years ago, I had a really lucrative consulting business going to companies and unscrewing up their tech, right? And AI was the worst. They'd have like 8 islands of AI doing different things.
AI from?
So there are vendors, lots of different competing vendors, and they'll be happy to come knock on your door. But you can build a lot of this stuff with open source tools that are essentially free. The big thing from a board level down is you can think of this stuff sort of like a factory, right? You should ask your IT people, all right, with all of your AI stuff, what have you capitalized? What is it that you've got that we've spent capital on? What do you spend from an OpEx perspective? What's the throughput, just like a factory? And then what's the real impact that we care about in business terms? Get them to answer that and then go, okay, so where were you on that 2 years ago and where are you going to be 2 years from now? And I guarantee you 99 out of 100 will go, ooh, never thought about it that way. But it'll force them to think about it that way and it'll expose the spaghetti mess that most of them have.
Before we get to governance, I agree with what you just said. But when I was last in a seminar on digital transformation, that's exactly, so I'm just trying to get the AI part of the equation out. Do I say, look, what's your AI strategy? Where are you using AI? And then the other one thing I would say is, it sounds like you can buy AI, you can build AI, you can partner with AI, but with ChatGPT, somebody just gave it all to your employees with no CIO gatekeeper. So
yeah, ChatGPT is a very narrow piece of AI.
It's in the a lot, though.
It's a narrow piece of AI and does some really important things. I was at the Showcase GM factory in Detroit, 2 million square feet, and they're going to spend all this money to put sensors in robots. You can take a $50 camera now and point it at that, and it'll do all the sensorization by turning pixels, using AI, turning pixels into information. That's another area. The big thing about AI is it's about intelligence, right? So the way I explain it to companies, and I wrote this down so I wouldn't forget it, is that if you're really good at AI, imagine who's connected to healthcare here? Who's actually used healthcare? Okay, so that's everybody. So if you've got two companies, one that's really good at AI broadly and one that's not, right? The board's been pushing these guys to get better and better in AI. They've looked at the throughput. So this company that's really good is going to be proactive, preventative, they're going to be precise, they're going to be pattern matched, they're going to be predictive, they're going to be process performant, and they're going to be peer connected, and this one's not. Which one of those two are you going to go to? And oh, by the way, the dirty little secret is that higher quality, lower defect is a better cost structure. So if I'm more engaging for my customers and I have a better cost structure, I wasn't the smartest guy at business school, but I think that's a winning recipe. So it is unlike any other area in technology that it will drive those things. Your HR system's not going to do that. Your finance system's not going to do that. Your general ledger system's not going to do that. But this stuff will. So it's about being intelligent and having business impact with those things. I honestly think the most exciting part of AI is they're going to take ChatGPT and they're going to put it into process engines that will look at the processes inside your company and go, ooh, look at that spaghetti. Let me show you how to fix it, right? Which is the entire model that FedEx ran on, where I grew up for 17
So if I
years.
debug that back to a board, how are we going to interact with our customers in a more efficient way with a higher value proposition, and how is AI enabling that?
Yes,
Okay.
exactly. It
So you
crunches
don't-
that. It crunches that data for
It's
you.
not a product, it's a thing that's put into products that make it smarter. There's many different kinds,
Yeah.
and there's some new guardrails
Yeah.
that come up. So
Yep.
And,
Dan, I
and
wanna-
in every language with
Yeah.
translation.
Yeah, the military are really clever at least at the
We're
architectural
clever.
level.
Oh my gosh.
Clever at that. They're way ahead of us, JADC2 and all of that stuff about, boy, if we are proactive and preventative and precise and pattern matched and predictive, we're going to be better than those guys over there. Now, there's still a long way to go to execute, but the military are like, oh, absolutely. We'll be better on the battlefield if we're AI intensive.
So